Are you ready? Let's draw a Native American raccoon in honor of Thanksgiving. Welcome back, artists. This is Mrs. Orendorf. Today I'm going to teach you how to draw a raccoon. And in honor of Thanksgiving, we are drawing a Native American raccoon with a Native American chief headdress. For this project, you are going to need one piece of paper, a pencil, a Sharpie, a good eraser, and some color pencils. We are going to start with an oval for the head. I like to tell my students to use their hands as a guide of how big things need to be. In this case, place your hand right in the middle of your paper and then slide it a little bit down. This will give you plenty of space for the head, for the little chest of the raccoon, and plenty of space for your headdress up here. Make an oval about the size of your hand. You can make just a little mark to guide you. And now we make our curvy line going one way, curvy line going the opposite way. This is called a sketch. When you have little lines, it's called a sketch. Then we make a curvy line on the bottom. And it's starting to look like a football. Next, we're gonna make a curvy line here for the body and another curvy line here for the body. We are going to make one line across the forehead and a second line underneath. Now we are ready for ears. You just make a slight curvy line one way, a slight curvy line going the other way. Sort of like a triangle, but just a little curvy. Make sure that your ear one is the same height as ear two. I like to use sometimes my pencil as a guide. You put your pencil there, put your finger here to measure, and then that gives you about the same height. So curvy line here, curvy line here, and you have your ears. We are now going to make the face. You will start by making an oval for the nose right about here. Now you have choices. You can make the nostrils just two little ovals. I like to make my nostrils like a little raindrop. Okay, you decide how you want yours to be. A line down here and then a little smile, or you can just skip the smile. I like to bring just a little line going down, and you can also leave a little oval of white. That's going to be the light reflection on the nose. All right, we are going to make two lines going right down the middle of the face. And I made a little bell shape down here. So I'm going to go out. So curvy line going out that way, curvy line going out this way, and just a curvy line on the bottom. Okay, so that gives us that little bell shape, and you can extend this little mouth down here. You can do just a little, ooh, like a surprised, or you can make that little smile. You can even put a little tongue if you want to. Eyes. We are going to make just a zigzag line above the eyes for the eyebrows. Okay, they have like grandpa eyebrows. They have nice thick white fur above their eyes. Then we do two circles as best as we can. Okay, remember the little trick. If you need to measure how big your circle is so that the other one is the same. Oh, pretty good. All right, so now that you have your two circles, you are going to make the details inside the eyes. I just made a little curve and it created that crescent shape like a moon. And then you are going to do your two reflections. It's basically two circles. And now we are ready for additional details. The fur on the chest, we call this visual texture because it's not texture you can actually touch, but the way that you draw it, it's what gives it that illusion of fluffiness. All I'm doing is little wiggly lines, like very relaxed zigzag lines, okay? Just, there's your hair, not a complete zigzag line. Headpiece, the feathers. I printed a few ideas of feathers. You can get very intricate with your patterns and then put color pencil in there to make them brighter. There's all different kinds of patterns and designs you can put on your feathers. Now, I went traditional with my example. I made just 5 feathers. The one in the center is the tallest, and then they range lower, sort of like a big rainbow curve, an imaginary curve right here. You can do that. I'm going to make feather number 1. That's a tall one. It's just a line, and it does not have to be a perfectly straight line because these feathers are from nature. Then we are going to very relaxed draw each side of your feather. It's just a curvy line for now. Okay, second feather. Try to make them about the same height, and remember you can use your pencil. Okay, pretty good. These feathers are behind the ears, don't forget, so do not draw on top of your raccoon's ears. Okay, basically they are like big leaves. It's like a leaf shape. And if it helps you, you can go ahead and draw that line on top of the ear, but then just know that you are going to erase that because it is overlapping underneath the ear. Okay, and then pretend that it's going down here. When you're done, you can erase inside of the ear. Okay, let's measure how long this is, and we go this way. Think about details, what you want to do on your feathers. Usually most feathers, they have darker colors on the tips that gives it more contrast, more accent, emphasis. Those are all art vocabulary words. If you want, you can make a slight zigzag line to make it look more organic, so it doesn't look so flat. Now that we are ready, after you drew your raccoon, trace with a good permanent marker. In this case, I use Sharpie. Erase with a good eraser. We are ready for visual texture to make your raccoon look even fluffier. Now, in this case, I used regular hatching little lines on the fur on the head, the fur in the ears, and the fur here in the middle of the face. On the cheeks, under the eyes, I use cross hatching, which is little lines that go one way and little lines that go the other way. They kind of do this. Hashtag. Let's get started. Grab your marker. I don't suggest doing all this in pencil, friends, and then going over it with marker. That's double the work. You would start by making just little lines for the fur on the face right here. You can do that around the little cheeks, around the nose and the mouth if you want, or just do a little bit here. Notice how I'm going in the direction of the face, going in, just so it looks a little more natural. Long dashes inside of the ear. And then we're gonna do little ones going one way around the eyes, and then go the opposite way. Remember, the little This is cross hatching, like hashtag. And just keep repeating this pattern. This will give you a darker shadow effect. Keep going. Now we are ready for color. I have printed here some pictures of raccoons. Here we have your typical sweet melt my heart raccoon, baby raccoon. Here we have a grown raccoon. Here we have a festive raccoon with a little hat. And here we have a silly raccoon with a little tongue out. Yes, raccoons do have lots of personality. We are going to add color. I have color pencils here. If you have color pencils at home, that would be fantastic. If not, crayons work very nice. There's lots of very professional artwork out there with crayons. Markers also work as well. To begin, I'm going to add just a little bit of brown where I would need some shadow. Now you can color in two different ways. You can color with little dashes, which is the hatching that you did with your Sharpie marker, or you can color solid. Now by doing little dashes with the color pencil, that gives you the opportunity to layer more colors and make it a little more texturized, like fur. Now we are ready for our black. The whiskers are white. Yes, raccoons do have whiskers. I did not draw them because they are very thin lines, and I didn't want you to stress about it. Later on, with a white color pencil, you can add the whiskers by adding just some curvy lines on top of the rest of the fur. And they do have quite a bit of whiskers. It's not just 3, it's quite a bit. Continue coloring, have fun, enjoy all your patterns, stay colorful, stay bright, and congrats, you did it. Great job, guys. See you next time.